Hello everyone, and this is Maradius, and today we are continuing my 100% run of Super Mario 3D World. We still have quite a few worlds left.
Hello there. All set.
So, it's still going to be a while before we're done, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, so if I remember correctly, we just have one more level in World Castle, which is just
It's about time.
Castle. Just run past everything as Rosalie. I'm not going to be able to run past this. Well, that's close enough. Hello, Luke Lima. Good to see you as always. Come on, hit the flag. Today we're gonna beat up Bowser 4 times. Actually, it's gonna be more like 5. Because I still have to beat the Bowser here. But yeah, unless things go really badly and I just don't get through World Bowser that quickly. Yeah, we should be beating up Meowser 4 times. I don't know, obviously you can't go up. Will this take an eternity this time? Don't think we're gonna be able to get the double hit. Just a lot of hoping he doesn't keep spewing endless amounts of fire instead of, you know, attacking with the bobs. Yeah, I didn't really need to get hit there. Oh, it would be so annoying having to redo this fight. Stop with the fire already! Gosh, this fight is definitely a lot more annoying when you realize how slow it tends to go. There's probably some trick to making it go faster, but I don't really know that trick. Oh, come on, how many more hits can he possibly need? There we go. It's funny because, like, it doesn't even really help him. The car just straight up doesn't really do much to help. So who knows why he uses it. Well, anyways, that should be the last we'll see of the car. Thank goodness. Kentucky Fried Bowser? I'm assuming that's what you meant by that, but yeah. He'll be fine. Alright, let's just double check the map. Yep, so that should be everything there done. Let's take a quick look. Done quite a few levels as Mario already. That's convenient. Let's do that for quick warp. And once again, we're just going to jump off at the start to refresh our power up. Just simply that way. As much as I lose it immediately. Well, I didn't, so that's good. If I remember the layout of this course. Wait. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to be paying a lot more attention to this world than the previous ones, because of course it gets harder. I mean, that's going to be true for the rest of the game, is that it's just going to keep getting harder and harder. Grab another Super Bell. Of course, it also doesn't help that there's so many levels. And there we go. First level done. That is one character. Still gotta do it. It's 3 others. But we're getting there. No, we're not doing the gambling. These next 2 levels, obviously, I've already done as Mario, so we're just going to go straight to the Bowser Express. Another auto scroll. Go figure. It'll be fine. So I tell myself. I'm gonna avoid grabbing the fire flower for now. Hey there, Goombas are stupid. And now we wait. You like knock them off instead of holding them in place. You know, it doesn't matter. Just go along on this carnival ride. Might as well go inside. Nothing really to worry about there. We'll just have these mini Goombas go flying. And there we go. Now we beat up Pom Pom, and then we move on. And there we go. Alright, let's go move on to the non-auto scroll levels, please. It's kind of funny if you think about it, that the timer after the auto scroll levels is like you don't even really need it unless you're really bad at the boss fight. It's kind of good luck getting here if you're having that much trouble on the level that you would actually run out of time. Alright, so now we do Footlight Lane. Let's not get crushed immediately. Honestly, we can just cruise through this so long as we know the general layout. That is unfortunate. What? Oh. My bad. These dry bones are annoying. I think technically they're pair bones instead of dry bones, but I digress. Alright, let's do it right this time. Just keep moving. See, it's fine. Probably would feel... No, that's just a mystery box. Keep going along. Don't do that, please. Yeah, I should have figured that was there. Regardless, moving on. So we already did Deepwater Dungeon because we struggled a lot on that stage. We're all finding all the secrets anyways. So now Beam in the Dark. Oh, this is another auto scroll, isn't it? They really do love their auto scrollers in this world. Well, we just have to deal with it. I could probably do some good skip with Mario, but I could also die and then just waste a bunch of time having to go through the auto scroll again. That being said, this should be safe. Yep. Okay. Good, he fell off. Shoot that from a distance. Stop these guys from moving. Didn't know enemies drop coins when you stun them for an extended period of time. That's new, to my knowledge. Thank goodness, I generally remember which one was right. And now we just wait again. There is a chance we don't beat up Meowser 4 times, and that's gonna make me quite sad. Just keeping the dry bones at bay. It's fine, just leave. Actually go through the door, thank you. And there we go. Alright, let's move on to a non-auto scroll level, please. That would be greatly appreciated. Mystery House time, isn't it? Yeah. This could be rough. Well, no, it's... Let's just get that, because why not? We have plenty of time for this first one. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Man, this feels so much tame compared to some of the other ones later on. Even though this is in the final base game world. 5. 6. 7. 8. Imagine if I fell down into the lava there. That would be not good. I've lost count. I think this is the last one though. And there we go. That was a nice and quick level, comparatively, compared to the really long auto-scrollers we keep having to do. And I don't know how many levels we're skipping in the process, because we already did them with Mario. Alright, Grumblump Inferno time. This is more or less another auto-scroll, isn't it? Go figure. Oh, they love their auto-scrolls. Or I should say Bowser does. Oh well, we'll get there eventually. Just run on ahead. Did I miss it? Was there a checkpoint back there that I missed though? Because if there, okay, no, it's up here. Thank goodness. I was getting a little worried. You just noticed that Cat Mario is yellow and not red? Yeah. Probably because he's default. Probably also why they went... I know you brought up Rosalina's Super Bell form being not light blue instead of being black. It's probably a similar reason. This is the last section? I sure hope so. And I died. Gosh dang it. Well, that's unfortunate. Not looking forward to having to do this stage multiple times in a row. Okay, Super Leaf would actually be pretty useful here, so I'll take that. Don't know why these guys like this death trap, but they do them, I guess. That could have gone poorly. No, Nintendo said that Mario and Peach are just friends, even though we shipped them. Imagine Mario and Rosalina. I mean, I guess. But you gotta remember that in Super Mario Odyssey, Mario is in a wedding outfit, and he more or less proposes to Peach, and she turns him down. So you know, it's not like something they just came up with out of nowhere. It's something they have kind of maybe actually gone and said was a thing. If anything, I think Luigi and Rosalina is more of a thing, but only because they haven't, like, fully confirmed Luigi and Daisy to be a thing. That's probably mostly due to the fact that Daisy's just not in any games. Okay, I lost all my copies there. We got a new one after, so it doesn't matter. He's going to disappear in a moment, so it still doesn't really matter. Avoid the timer. And let's go beat up Hisstocrat. This is, and you know, Mario Peach is more than this ammo. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. There's just so much levels in these last few worlds. It's just going to get a bit oof. They're trying to do them all. And then we got stuff like Boss Blitz, which is fight all the bosses again. Can't speed that up, really. I mean, maybe you can. I'm just not good at it. Good enough. I don't really care. As long as the boss is dead, I don't care if I take a hit. Okay. Let me just double check that there's not any other stages besides Meowser for Mario. Then we'll go on to do that. Probably. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Yep, just need final stage. Now I have to go all the way back up because I accidentally pressed the button to go back to the start of World Bowser. It's fine. See if we can beat 433. Of course, the later part of this level is kind of an auto-scroll, isn't it, if you think about it? Alright, where is the Super Bell? I would like the Super Bell so I don't have to do this with 2 hit points. I guess we're not getting that choice. Or, well, you do get the Super Bell later. There we go. You can stop the spinning platforms as a whole. Well, you learn something new every day. Not sure why you can do that, but you can, I guess. This part's definitely an auto-scroll. But maybe you can jump and skip it all. I'm not going to try because I don't want to do the whole level over again. When this is already going to take long enough as is. Oh, okay, good. I was like, please tell me you can skip this. Just casually stroll up the tower. Get another Super Bell because why not? Now, what do you think Bowser does with this massive tower? Do you think it's all hollow and it's just for show? I could definitely see that being the case. Maybe this is a place where he commits tax fraud. Oh, goodbye, Bowser. It was nice knowing you. Grab that. It is kind of funny how, like, for the most part, this stage is just ignore Bowser. Let's just go around him like that. Go up here. Now we just go up this last section. Okay, my fault for not realizing you would just preemptively do that. Let's just get this so I don't die stupidly and have to do the whole level over again. There we go. Can we skip this, please? No. So I really hope it doesn't make me watch the credits every single time I finish this level. That would just be really painful. Don't care about the timer. We don't need to see this. We know we rescued them, blah, blah, blah. Come on, I gotta do this 3 more times, guys. Let's speed it up a little. You really couldn't make this skippable. It's fine. No, don't make me do this. I'll watch the credits again. No! How can you make it so you have to clear this level 5 times and there's not a skip option? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be annoying. Well, I hope you like these credits, because we're going to see them an awful lot. Just unbelievable, man. My idea is do all levels first and then this boss. While I get that, at the same time, so the reason why I'm doing it world by world is so that I retain at least some memory of each stage, so I can do it more efficiently each time, while at the same time not doing the stages too frequently that I get real sick and tired of doing the same level over and over and over again. We're not really going to get much into World Star, are we? And so, is it going to boot me to the main menu every time I do this? No, it's not the end. It's not even the end for this stage. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. It's probably going to send me all the way back to World 1 after... Yeah, like... Guys, come on. Did you really have to do that? Unbelievable, man. Alright, well now we get to the actual level again. Grab another Super Bell. Okay. Alright, I was slow to react. Good job, me. Wait. Teacher's speed is not very helpful here. And because he doesn't really have speed, but... Oh well. Oh, good job, me. I was thinking about trying to use the Super Bell to maybe skip ahead, but it's a moot point anyways. Okay. This level does kind of suck for going fast, but it's not that bad. Alright, now let's do some of the levels that we skipped over last time because we already did them as Mario. It's gonna be rough. Okay. You know, it's funny, like, basically, Plessie stages are more or less auto-scrollers, but it doesn't quite feel like it as much. Maybe that's because you're going fast. You can technically control the speed. But it's a more active kind of auto-scroll compared to most auto-scrolls. I don't know, I'm just not happy with the amount of auto-scrolling there is in this world. And then I missed the jump! Good job, me. I'm really gonna get through this really fast. Oh boy. We are going to be here for a while. First, we're going to go through here because at least it's faster. I don't fall off the clouds. And there we go. Okay. That level took a little longer than it needed to, but it's okay. The directional controls were weird there. I almost just straight up flew off, which would have been really bad because I'd have to do the whole level again. Excluding the fact that I'm going to have to do the whole level again twice more. It's fine. Okay, now this level should be fine. Just be not bad at the game. Oh, you can, yeah, you can stop these too, I guess. Good job, me. Is there power up down here? Can you hit question mark block? Thank you. Imagine if he became Boomerang Piranha Plant by gobbling that up. Sometimes I feel like it would definitely be interesting to see more enemies make use of power-ups like you do, but at the same time, there can be a bit of okay, no, this is not a travel up. What am I doing? There can be a bit of like decreased enemy variety as a result. Because you're not going to really have time to have all those special enemy variants to have time to shine. They'll appear in like 1 or 2 levels, unless your game is really long, but then that kind of starts to maybe become another problem. So, I don't know. Okay, good job, me. We didn't need that anyways. Right, there we go. Though shooting Bowser with more power-ups would be interesting. Especially in, like, since, you know, they already do so much repetitive fight Bowser. You know, you always fight him, like, 2 to 3 times per game. And it's just a little, couldn't you think up something a little more creative? And using the power-ups would at least make it more interesting. Let's not take damage for stupid reasons, thank you. Alright, now time for, you guessed it, another auto-scroll! I wonder what the next random Mario power-up is going to be. I mean, like, there's probably going to be many. And I fell off because I got pushed off by the bullies. Good job, me! I'm really doing spectacular here and getting this done in a timely and efficient manner. Goodbye, Fire Flower. You would have been useful. Cause like I know, like, it's like you always remember. There's always those iconic ones that are the selling points of games, like Super Bell. And then there's the ones you kind of don't really think about. I would say the Boomerang Flower, but that technically was introduced in 3D Land. It's not one you usually think of with 3D Land, even though it is there. But, and they're probably just going to keep doing a bunch of random animals and stuff, because that's what they've been doing for who knows how long. Now, we got Flying Squirrel Mario in New Super Mario Bros. U, which is just kind of a random choice. But let's see. Obviously, you have Tanuki Mario, you have Cat Mario, you have Elephant Mario. There's a Penguin Suit Mario, there's Frolic Suit Mario, though I haven't personally played any game with it. There's just all sorts of random animals. When are they going to make Dragon Mario? Or Bear Mario? I don't know. There's all sorts of random things they could do. They could do Bird Mario, maybe. These auto scrolls are taking a toll on me, you can tell. Alright. On to Footlight Lane. Let's see how much I remember the layout so I don't have to go about it slowly. Grab the power up for... We just gotta sit here and wait. Just follow the path, because I don't know which way I'm supposed to go off the top of my head. And we almost fell off to our death, but we're fine. We're fine. At least this part is easy, because you just follow where the rollers are going. Easy enough. And then there's this part which is a bit hectic. Well, you're supposed to blow up the bullet bills, so... Let's go to the side this time instead. Okay, I still angled it wrong and bumped into it anyways. Thanks, game. Well, I think I've had enough fun for now. It's back to another auto-scroller. This is going to be a long stream. Well, really, it's going to be a stream where not as much is achieved. Let's actually... Okay, Peach. Now, I don't have the super bell, so I can't just jump ahead. I mean, I kind of can. Yeah, I know. It's going to feel like a long stream, even though it's going to be literally the same average amount of time as normal. I was really expecting to make more progress, but the amount of auto scrolls is, quite frankly, astonishing. I didn't realize there were quite this many. And of course, having to watch the credits every single gosh dang time is going to really add up. That was almost pretty bad. Didn't realize no, I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh, more auto-scrolling. Got more of these annoying parabones. It's kind of interesting how dry bones don't really appear that often in this game, but parabones appear all the time. Oh boy. Well, that does technically make this section easier. Because we can just beat them up like that. Right, skip ahead. And that should be the end of the level. And now it's back to Mystery House. Offline. And then it's back to another auto scroller. Gosh. Really, their obsession with auto scrollers in this world is crazy. Just another reason to hate Bowser. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. I'll read that in a moment with Selena. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. Peach was almost too slow. I would have had to do that all over again. Had to put in emote. It would be Bowser crying on the start of Super Mario RPG. Well, that'd probably be a decent emote. There is the issue that, like, I haven't played the game, especially not on stream, so it would be a little out of place, you know? I also haven't seen it, that expression myself, so that also doesn't help matters. So I can't really speak about the matter, but yeah. Alright, auto scroll time. Is there any power-ups here? No, I don't see any hidden blocks. Nope, just try to not die. I mean, like, it is a neat idea for a stage. It's just less neat when I have to beat it several times in a row. Yeah, let's get the super leaf. Actually, grab it. Thank you. I need to double check what the speedrun does for this stage. Because I can't imagine them just sitting and waiting for this to flip. It just doesn't feel very speedy, you know? And it's not like there are the same restrictions that there might be in a normal auto-scroller where you can't move too far to the right or you literally just straight up die. Well, what do I know?
That was a little spicy. But we're good for now. All right, we're almost at the end. And there we go. Okay. Time for another break from the auto scrollers as we beat up bosses again. Beat your tooth blow! Gosh, dig it. That took longer than it should have. Fine. Much better. Alright, works for me. Okay. Got another super belt from there. It's really going to take us about a little over 30 minutes per character to finish World Bowser, isn't it? That's because of all the gosh dang auto scrolls and credits and why did I let myself here? Right there. Doesn't matter. Got it done. Go beat up Meowser. Pipes here. That's right. Okay. Man, I should really keep underestimating how long it's going to take to do each world. That's crazy. This is just, this has ended up taking a lot longer to do the full 100% than I thought. Fine. And it's still better than like Starbit farming. But it's still definitely quite a bit oof. Oh, come on. Yeah, I guess I just need to play better, obviously. Knock you off. And now let's go to Bowser. At some point, I do need to figure out emotes. But I haven't quite settled on what they're going to be yet. Maybe just because, like, it's something that it's definitely good for, like, community jokes and stuff. But obviously, I need quite a few more followers before I reach that point where we can really decide as a community. But until then, just give me a little, And free ones. Yeah, but that's not the same, you know? I mean, I have channel-specific emotes that I could have. And that's where the decision really has to be, you know? Not just taking other people's emotes that are already in use in other places. That's the thought, at least. Rude. I'll just grab a new Super Bell to replace that one, jerk. Now we just wait over here. Come on, Peach. I know you're slow, but that doesn't mean you have to be that slow. Oh boy, Peach is slow! Well, that's gonna make this more annoying. It's if we wasn't long enough as is. It's fine. No, Peach, don't be so slow that we die again. Faster. Thank you. All right, that should be good enough. Okay, there we go. Meowser defeated for the second time this stream. Only 2 more times to go. Gosh dang it. At least there's no Bowser fights in the bonus world, so we won't have to deal with Bowser again after we kill him a couple more times. Yep, credits part 2. Avoid the timer. I guess they make it so that cutscenes before a boss shows up are skippable, because if you die, you'll have to see the cutscene again. But other stuff, they're like, you know, you're not going to see this multiple times, even though you are, because of how they set up the game. Gosh dang it. It's just, oof. I wonder if they made it more skippable in the Switch port. Not that I would get the Switch port to do such a thing, but yeah. If I was certain that I could just exit out of the game and reopen it and it now would save my progress, I would do that. But I don't know that for sure, and I'm not gonna risk it by forcing myself to do the whole entire level over again. I just gotta deal with it. It's fine. It's not really fine, but it's fine. Wonder if we're gonna see the Sprixies again. They just join an ever-growing cast of characters that just don't show up after their debut game, or maybe 1 or 2 games, and then just get forgotten. I mean, to be fair, they do live in a whole parallel world and stuff, so it's not really that surprising if they don't show up again. They're also not that important. They're just... They obviously just exist because, you know, Peach is a playable character, and they can't have Peach be the damsel in distress, so they had to replace it with something else. Would be interesting if Plessie shows up later as well. I mean, I guess the Sprixies really could have made an appearance in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, but I don't think they did. Or my memory of that game is just faded so much, I don't remember all the people that showed up. Alright, you're gonna boot me out to the menu again. And then I gotta go select World Bowser again to go to the start. And we gotta do it all as Toad. First, let me just double check. Cleared it all as Peach. Yep, we have, so just need Toad and Rosalina, and then we're good to go. At least Toad's speed will be nice. You really gotta wonder what sets this Toad apart from all the other Toads that are just absolutely, completely worthless. Alright, I didn't need that power up anyways, it's fine. Let's not be stupid. You know, I have trouble with that sometimes, but now it's not the time to be stupid. Let's catch the cycle. It's not really a hard cycle to catch, but still. Yeah, if Peach really wanted some good defenses, she would just give all the Toads in the castle one of these power-ups, and then they would do, like, semi-decently well. I mean, like, obviously Toads can be good warriors. They just don't. They can learn basic self-defense. But they're just... I don't know, you think a kingdom that gets invaded constantly would try a little bit harder to maybe stop the invasions. I mean, when they have like a random plumber who can just easily take him out, the enemy out, no matter how far-reaching their empire is. I guess it's kind of like a moot point. Like, why even bother? Like, yeah, the kingdom's going to get invaded, the princess is going to get captured, and your house is going to get burnt down, but everything will turn out fine in the end. Why do I keep dying in this stupid level? Paper Mario is a very tough Toad to beat. Yeah. Was it Prince Mush, I think? And the Thousand Door remake. Well, there's also, I want to say, in the original Paper Mario, there was also like a Grandmaster Toad. I mean, yeah, there's obviously Toads that are capable. Here's one of them. When I'm not being stupid, that is. And it doesn't really, especially with this one, and, you know, the ones in New Super Mario Bros. D and U. Like, there's clearly plenty of Toads that are just capable on their own. I would say Captain Toad, but Captain Toad doesn't really do much combat. And, like, yeah, he does in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, but he's not as good at combat as the Toads in these games. Especially since he's not really designed for fighting. Because, you know, he can't jump. Among other things. But Toads are just too scared to really do anything most of the time. I almost got hit there, but I didn't, so we're good. By those guys, just go fast. No, I guess speed doesn't really help here that much, does it? Because of the whole, you know, auto-scroll thing. It'll help a little bit for some of these levels, but as a whole, the speed's not really gonna help. Actually, grab the fuck. Thank you. Sometimes I do wonder why they just said, you know what, playable generic toads. I mean, probably because they can just be whatever color you want them to be. And they're like, well, we have red and green, so let's have blue and yellow. And then, like, they added peach, so they had to get rid of one for a 4-player. So they got rid of yellow toad. But it's just, Anyways, auto-scroll time. Had too much fun going fast. Let's just try to avoid getting knocked off like idiots. And just chill. Got nothing better to do while we just sit here and wait for the train to keep going along. Really, it's funny when you think about that. The high-speed train levels are slow. Because there's just not much you can really do to speed it up. I would complain about the fact that you can't skip Pom-Pom's intro. Actually, jump on her, thank you. But you know, it's so short and like she's an absolute joke anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I guess it would be kind of interesting to see some more antagonistic toads, because that's just not something you really see. I mean, obviously there's some, but not really that I can remember off the top of my head. But I know they exist. Good job, me. Fast, you can react. No, I did not go fast. I did not react well. Go figure. I actually can beat that cycle. That's good to know. This stage just annoys me. We'll wait. Pros probably have this layout completely memorized, but I do not. Almost got myself killed there. Almost got myself killed there again. And now we go around, and we don't bump into the invisible blocks. Thank you. Okay. And then this is one we skipped with both Mario and Peach because we already did them. So it's. I mean, this technically has an auto scroll, so I'm in the Plessie section, but it shouldn't be that bad. Well, it's slow. Par for the course for water levels. Can I get a super bell? Okay, that's not going to give me a super bell. Go up, please. This is going to be slow. Super bell's down there, isn't it? Unfortunately, you can jump all the way up by yourself. Actually, jump on, Plessie. Thank you. Just like Champions Road. Well, that was slow. Can't say I'm surprised, though. Alright. On to the next level, which... Auto scroll again. Once again, another level where Toad's speed does not end up mattering at all. Go figure. That was a bit of a risk, but it was worth it. And now we got this guy to deal with. Hit the power block. All right. Let's not jump off this time, as I almost did last time. These ghosts really are something to live in the ghost mansion with the ghost killer device. Like, they really could have picked anybody else, but they just had to pick the one that leads to their death. Thank you for falling down. Just go. Okay. Let's break up the tedium with a bit of Mystery House, as usual, before going back into the auto scrolls. One. Two. Three. Four. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Man, at least I was thinking that 3D Land was going to be a bit of a bummer after doing 3D World before it. But I'm not so sure anymore, if only because at least it's going to be new levels. You guessed it, another auto scroll. Wonder if Grumblumps are gonna ever show up in another Mario game, or if they're just this is gonna be their only appearance. I know the wiki says they show up in 2 games actually, this one and its Switch port. That's 2 games. It doesn't really count. What if they like make a big classification of all the enemies at some point? I know that like generally Grumblumps are associated under Thwomps, I think. Thwomps are also under Thwomps. Just the general related family, I think, of big stone or stone-like material things that will crush you or move in some way that also acts as a platform. It's interesting how many different varieties of enemies they've come up with over the years. Now, granted, like, several of them are probably serve similar purposes, but still. hit the one block that doesn't have a super leaf. Good job, me. Good job. I guess like a case in point. But there's obviously some swamps and swamp relatives that are just really similar to each other because they're just different appearances. Like, you have, I think they're called Grindles, which are the swamp-like guys in the pyramid in Super Mario 64. And then you had their buddies, the Spindles, which were the spinning ones. But then in Galaxy 2, you know, they had the Romps, I think, which were the rolling guys that functionally are more or less like Spindles. They even show up in a desert-themed area. Crazy they just didn't reuse them. Instead, just made another enemy. Alright, let's speed up Motley Bossblob. Only have to beat up Motley Bossblob 6 more times, including this one. Honestly, I don't care about losing them. It just makes things a little bit faster. Don't need that double cherry. Almost stack them right on top of each other. Wow. Go beat up Hisstocrat again. We only have 6 more kills of Hisstocrat to go. I almost jumped off the ledge there. Good job, me. Good job. Wonder how it's going to be when I'm going to have to beat all levels in a game multiple times, but not because there's just it's simply you do it until you just do it once with every character or something, but because there's like a requirement to do it in like a certain time. Mainly think of Donkey Kong Country Returns with the there's a speed mode. I don't know how long that's going to take if I get to that game. But it might be a bit rough there because instead of like just trying to simply be fast, but I'm taking acceptable time losses because in the end it's going to save me time, not be too risky. And instead I have to actually be fast in every level. That just might end up being a lot of pain. I don't know. Anyways, 3rd time's the charm for Meowser. This is technically the 4th time overall we fought Meowser. I still can't believe they don't let you skip the credits. It's just a travesty, really. Just zoom past all these parts. Almost just slipped off there. That would have been really bad. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about that. This view stops being so fun when you've seen it several times in a session. Alright, well, auto scroll time. I mean, you really would have thought Bowser would have done more to, you know, not have so many cloud platforms that are usable by Mario and Co. Like, this is just... You could have designed the tower any way you wanted, and this is how you design it? Like, I mean, maybe you really, really want to give Mario and friends a fighting chance. And, like, I could see Bowser legitimately doing something like that for some reason. Okay, it looks like there's actually an invisible wall there for a moment. Interesting. Don't need a timer. You gotta wonder why this clear pipe exists. Because, like, is anyone other than Bowser really gonna use this tower? I mean, it's probably made with the power of this Plessie, so I guess maybe there could have been some design flaws built into the tower as a result, but, you know. Go over here. Just keep going up. Okay, you can make that go a little bit faster. That's good to know. We'll wait a moment here. Thank you. Also, how stupid is Bowser to just sit on a power block like that? I mean, come on. It's like he's just asking to be defeated. Well, anyways, that's the 3rd time this stream we've done this to him. And it won't be the last. Unfortunately. Well, who's ready for more credits that we can't skip for some gosh dang reason? Obviously skip the timer. We'll save a smidgen bit of time From not having to have the thing count down for score. We need all the extra time we can get. No extra time save, I mean. Wonder how much the ending cutscene changes when you play as Rosalina. I mean, we're going to see it in like 30 minutes, so it's not going to be that far away, but... Give me a moment. He's coming on for a moment, but I guess it's delayed. Yeah, I know like Rosalina actually shows up in the credits instead of just a teaser at the end. But theoretically, when you beat the game as Rosalina, it should be her going through the pipe instead of, you know, her just chilling on the outside. You really gotta wonder how much there is to this interdimensional space that's just between worlds. I mean, maybe this is what it looks like surrounding all pipes, and it's just, you can only really see it with clear pipes because they're, you know, clear. Whatever the case, these people sure aren't afraid of falling off, even though, like, you know, round object like that would, it could be quite easy to lose your footing, especially in some of these spots where, like, the platform would realistically be a bit difficult. Then again, the Sprixies are here. Maybe you also just kind of float like that. So who knows? Maybe it's not really that much of a problem if you fall off into this interdimensional void. Of course, I say interdimensional void, but I don't... Well, I mean, you could probably say this is an interdimensional void. But whether the Sprixie Kingdom lies in another dimension is probably up for debate. Pipes are weird, man. Alright, kick us back to the menu. We can clear World Bowser with Rosalina. Then we have a lot less pain once we get done with World Bowser as Rosalina. I mean, not kind of the fact that we obviously still have to do
All set.
Champions Road 4 more times, which will be rough. Let's just go into it. Obviously, I'm gonna lose the Super Bell because Rosalina just moves faster that way. I'm being a bit careless with this movement, but it doesn't matter. We're doing fine. Good job, me. Take the Super Bell just so you have a power up. And we'll lose it. There we go. Now just don't get hit again. It's that easy. Of course, I'm not really going to make it that simple, am I? I'm just going to get hit again. Yep, see, there we go. All right, just get to the end. Get to the end. We'll worry about other details later. Next level is a auto scroll anyways. So does it really matter? Seeing these golden stars pop up on the flagpoles is nice, but it would be nicer if I didn't have to do this so many times. Fine, jump on him. Thank you. I better not fall off this time. That would be annoying. You know, I say that and I have very near-death experiences. Let's not do that, please. Thank you. Better. No! Why did I do this to myself? Let's just focus, not do really dumb things. Don't let Bowser get the better of me, apparently. There we go. Wait for a moment there. No, 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 don't you dare. Gosh dang, I didn't even realize you could slide back there. I'm finding new ways to fail. That's not a good thing. Just get the flagpole and we can be done with this stage. There we go. Thank goodness. Okay. Now we get a break from auto scroll before we go back to auto scroll, before we get a break from auto scroll, before we, yeah, you got the idea.
Let's go.
Almost got myself killed there. Well, no, not really. There was space down below, so it wouldn't really have gotten me killed, so I don't know what I'm saying. Why am I failing at this? Gosh dang. It's not that hard. Get your act together, me. Thank you. I really, really need that pain right now. What am I doing? What am I doing? So wow, that was really long. Oh, why am I so bad at this game? Okay. Now do the train for the very last time. Thank goodness.
Let's go.
Hello there, Leo. Nice to see you. We're currently going through World Bowser, clearing all the stages as Rosalina. Because you gotta clear all stages with every character to get 100%. You don't really realize just how many auto-scroll sections World Bowser has until you have to clear on every character. Oh boy. It's fine. It'll just keep going along. Or you do all the levels with all the others? Yeah, so I've cleared every level up through this one with all characters. And I've done all of World Bowser with all characters except Rosalina. So we just need to do this one more time. And then we off to the post-game levels, which will be, for the most part, a lot more enjoyable. Though, of course, there's still auto-scrolls there. But it won't be so bad. We won't have long boss fights other than boss fights. Alright, well, we'll see you when you're back. Hopefully it won't be in the middle of another auto-scroll, but you never know with this. Why am I saying that? I know there's going to be more auto-scrolls coming up. But we get a little bit of a break from it. Alright, see you later, Leo. Alright, well, this one isn't too bad. Rosalina's movement will make it a bit better. Help. Try to avoid getting crushed, please. Well, it's certainly moving fast, but it's not moving safe. Well, that was fast, but it definitely wasn't safe there. Try to do better this time. Thank you for not immediately killing me like most swamps. I need to stop taking so many pointless risks. Let's move fast through that section. Move fast through this section too. Okay, I need to be more careful. This is why you just stick to being safe. Just stay safe. Don't risk it. There we go. Of course, Rosalina's movement is not really going to help us in the Deepwater dungeon, which is unfortunate. Oh well, is it really that different from the numerous other auto scrolls we've had to deal with thus far?
Let's go.
At least Rosalina's movement will make scaling this section a little bit faster, I think. No, it only helps with the first jump. That's unfortunate. Can we not? Okay. Well, let's wait. Let's get the mushroom while we're... Well, no, actually, we are close to the checkpoint. So long as I don't do anything incredibly stupid, we're fine. There we go. Alright, now we just do this section. Can't die here. Thank goodness. I would say this is the last Plessie level, but this is obviously not the last Plessie level. There's one of the bonus worlds. Rainbow Run, I think, has it. There's probably at least one other. Or actually, there might not be, but that's beside the point. Alright, come on. There we go. Okay. Now onto the actual auto scroll level. You should try to see if I can do some special tech to make it go faster. I'm probably not going to be able to. But we can try. Or I can just accept my fate and go a little slower so we can just get it done.
Let's
Yep, fast movement means nothing in the face of an auto-scroller. There, that was nice movement. It's only gonna get worse from here. At least the parabones shouldn't be as much of a threat. I just need to get to the edge of the platform and then spin into them before they actually get here. There we go, see? Or not. Well, at least this level is not as bad as it could be. So I'll take it. Maybe. Now we just wait, and then we go zoom straight ahead. Who knows why Bowser needed so many statues? Maybe he thought it would make it a little more scary. It doesn't. Once again, more parabones. We just need to deal with them smartly. Which, knowing me, I'm not really... Okay, I let him fall onto the platform.
Good job, me. Good job. Okay, there we go. Hello again, Leo. Got through a few of the auto scroll stages. Well, yeah. But now we're going to be doing Mystery House again. So, okay. Normally I would not have a power up with Rosalina just so I can move faster, but in this case, obviously,
Let's go.
really want to have the Super Bell. So we will. One. Two. Three. Yep, it is Black Cat Rosalita. Still don't know why they did it, but it's a choice, I guess. Just for variety. They can afford to do that. Might be the last time Rosalina is playable in a mainline Mario game. So, I was a lot slower that time. Don't know why. I really need to I'm trying to be as speedy as I can because Rosalina is slow. I did this as Peach. I almost failed on the last one. And I don't want to have to do this all over again because I was just a little bit slow and didn't give it enough haste. Maybe dark blue. Got Rosalina? Maybe it is. It's probably some slight shade of blue or dark blue. All right, let's focus on this.
Mine.
Once again, almost failed, but we didn't. It may be painful when I have to do Mystery Health Marathon as all characters. Ooh, not looking forward to that. Of course, not looking forward to Champions Road with all characters. Gonna have to relearn it every... Oh, yeah. Could definitely see it being that hexadecimal. Alright, so obviously gonna lose the power-up. Just so we can use Rosalina's spin jump. I still don't know why they tied Rosalina's movement ability to the same button as power-ups. It's really weird that they just made a character that actually encourages you to not have a power-up because it will be detrimental if you want to use the fast movement tech. Not that it really matters as much in an auto-scroll level like this, but still. Definitely a bit of annoyance with how they designed Rosalina. Mario could do just fine with getting power-ups and still retaining his spin jump. Don't know why he had to do Rosalina like this. Oh, not too much more to this level. There is more to this level if I die because I slipped and fell. At least it wasn't too much after the checkpoint, so I didn't lose that much time. Come on. I almost did it again. Good job, me. Maybe I really should have gone for the power-up.
But we'll be fine without it. I know, famous last words. We're even further along now, so it'll be even more of a detriment if I die. Hey, but we're doing fine. Once again, in my attempts to be hasty, I almost got myself killed. And we didn't, so that's a win in my book. All right then, time to go beat up Motley, Bossblob, and Hisstocrat again. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's fucking jump up on Hisstocrat early with Rosalina's Spinner. Probably not that much of an extra height boost that would make it possible. Besides, you're probably going to want the Super Bell for most of the fight, so I guess it's midpoint, but let's just grab the clones for the extra hit point. Not that you really need it here, but it doesn't hurt to have. This is definitely interesting how... Actually, thank you. Motley Bossblob shows up 3 times in the game, and they have a different color for each version. Of course, there are several bosses in the game that show up multiple times, but don't have different versions of each. You grab 5 double cherries, and then it crashes the game. Interesting. Does it crash the game if you get it with different characters, though? It's like, if you get, say, 4 double chariots with one, and then you get 4 with another. I don't even know how you would do that without, like, playing a modded version. I mean, I guess, obviously, Bowser's got to be hacking if he can get more than 5 clones from him out on the field at once. I guess that's why he's the bad guy. Alright. Worth time beating up Hisstocrat tonight. And there'll be 4 more times we have to do it in this 100%. I see. Yeah, it's probably tied to the amount of characters being controlled by one person. Because they do have, like, special behavior. Like how all the clones will slowly gain speed until they're all catching up, and then they get the speed boost. Instead of some getting it before others, or them getting out of sync. Oh boy. Get up on him. Alright, well, gotta wait for another cycle. Oh, okay, no, that's not another cycle, but it is slow. Fine. It's kind of funny when you think about it. The name of the stage is Hisstocrat Returns, but it's very much a different person than the Hisstocrat we fought before. It's because, you know, you see in Boss Blitz, you see the 2 of them together. Why did I grab that? Fine. Alright, so what do I want to have? Well, I'll do it as Super Bell, Rosalina. You know, I'll lose some of the movement tech. Someone was getting this queen. Well, I mean, yeah, but the stage is called Hisstocrat Returns. But it's technically a different Hisstocrat, you know? It's like saying the king returns, but it's just the queen, and the king is nowhere to be seen. Like, is it really the king returns? I mean, I guess you can make the argument that you have, like, Boulder Blockade returns. And but it's obviously different Boulders, but it's a concept, I guess. Well, they didn't have king in the name of the level. I mean, I guess if they're both called Hisstocrat, then that counts. It's more return of one of the Hisstocrats. I don't know, it's semantics, really. Gameplay-wise, it might as well be. Revenge would make more sense than return, because you can assume that it's, well, yeah. I don't need to discuss the word choice, but yeah, it would make more sense to say revenge than return. Alright, so let's fight Meowser for the last time. Hopefully. Meowser is a funny name. Compared to, like, they could have just said Cat Bowser, which, you know, it would have made sense. It would have described it perfectly, but it would have been kind of boring. So I'm glad they went with a slightly more creative name. You know, another thing about it, I wonder if we're gonna ever see Bowser's brother again. If they're ever gonna acknowledge it, because I know that, like, well, yeah, probably not. It would be kind of funny, like, it's just an aside in, like, one of the RPG games, where they just casually mention, oh man, I hope we don't see Bowser's brother again. Maybe in the Mario Galaxy movie. That would be funny. But imagine if Bowser Jr. wasn't Bowser's son, but actually his nephew instead. Because obviously we don't see Bowser Jr.'s mother. Despite obviously Bowser Jr. being very close to Bowser. Really, they could do a lot to explain stuff by having Bowser's brother exist. Just be careful and not fall off to her death when it would hurt the most. What's the name of Bowser's brother? I thought it was literally just Bowser's brother. I'll take a quick look at the wiki to see what it says. Dowser. It's actually just... give me a moment. Watches his name is just Doug. Doug Bowser. That would be pretty funny, honestly. Yeah, sure, you can keep doing it. Probably not Mauser, though, because you'll get a lawsuit from either Meowser or the Mouser enemies. Bowser would... Well, Bowser's what kind of happened to Bowser there at the end. Really just... Yeah. Alright, well... Credits again! Because we just can't get enough of that. Well, now that's a tricky question. Ultimately, they would all be pronounced the same. Really should have called... Bowser could have had a tower called Bowser. Man, I pull up the wiki page for Bowser's brother, and it just shows artwork from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as if that really counts as official art of Bowser's brother. I mean, I guess technically you could say it is, but it just feels a little silly. Bowser, that's definitely what he's feeling. Even though I beat the level as Rosalina, she's not here in this scene. Everyone else is just celebrating off of Rosalina's success. I imagine it's probably one of those. Or it's something silly and mundane. But anyways, this will hopefully be the last time we have to see the credits in this playthrough. I'm really getting tired of having to see the credits multiple times in these games. At least with like the other games, it made sense. This one is just really silly. Rizwa, maybe. Okay. We can move on. World Star. Hopefully, not so much auto scrolls. Yeah, I know you did. Let's just double check this. Obviously, cleared all these. Okay, so yep. And let me just take a quick look. This is an auto scroll. This has auto scroll elements, and so does this one. Yeah, I generally play as Luigi in these games. So definitely already cleared everything with Luigi. And that may screw me over for Champions Road because... Wait, actually, did I already do this one as Mario? I need to actually, like, pay attention. Yes, I did. Oh, thank goodness I remembered instead of actually just doing it again when I didn't need to. Alright, time for Super Galaxy. Good job, me. Getting hit right off the bat. Now we can use power-ups again. It's not going to give me a power-up, is it? As I mentioned before in previous streams, stinginess with power-ups in this game is really annoying at times. And I go and fall down. Oh. I mean, I guess I don't really need power-ups, because, like, what's it going to do? Well, I mean, the Super Leaf would be quite handy. That was really risky. I probably should have done that. Need to stop being so risky. Oh, it's definitely not going to get any easier, is it? Works for me. All right. At least now it's a skill issue instead of just having to sit through everything. No, I need to take the top route. All right. Really need to remember these better if I'm going to get through this in any reasonable amount of time. Okay. I do kind of wonder why they made that the second stage instead of the first stage. No, we're not gambling. We're not gambling. We don't need to do that. I mean, maybe I should to just get more lives for Champions Road, but... Try to not do this poorly. There we go. Okay, no point getting on that other one. Just stay on this one. Peepa almost really threw me off. Play the contours. Alright, there we go. Definitely gonna have to fail. Question is, will it be faster to clear this world than it was it took to clear World Bowser, not counting the credits? What am I doing? Why did I leave them? Yeah, the music is nice. Or you could say about a lot of Mario, but yeah, it is true here. Careful. Did I really let myself get killed by a Stingbee at the very end of the stage? Man, why do I do this to myself? We'll just grab that so we have a power up, more hit points. Hopefully avoid that happening again. Ow, I'm already taking more damage. What am I doing? Oh, we still have another hit point to spare, so it's not the end of the world. But let's not make a habit of it. Stomp on him for good measure after what he did to me. Not slip off. There we go. Definitely need to up my game a little bit. Great goal pole is easy enough. You can even clear it early. There we go. That's funny. You can just clear the stage that quickly. It's a relief after all the stages that make you take forever. Of course, it'll be a little more difficult with beach and stuff, but yeah, you gotta take wins where you can get them. Honestly, Super Block Land. This one should be pretty simple. Yeah. They need that power up anyways. Alright. This is a pretty simple stage. It's not really that difficult, so should be able to be done pretty quick. Avoid all the charging chucks, throw the bombs. Some of these stages are going to be real painful to clear multiple times. Other ones, like this one, will be a walk in the park. Yeah, we should definitely finish World Stars, Mario.
We're lucky, maybe we can finish it as Peach too, but don't have a lot of confidence in that.
Well, maybe. Okay. Time for the auto scroll. Go figure. Even if it is the galaxy theme, it still hurts to have to sit here this whole time. Like, of all the galaxy-themed levels they could do, this one is... It's not really evocative of anything from Super Mario Galaxy. Yes, this is the Wii U version. Because since I already have this, I didn't really feel the need to get the Switch port. Maybe one day I will play the Switch port. Or more specifically, I'll play Bowser's Fury. I just never really played it because, yo, not really one to buy a lot of ports if I have the original. Like, the announcement for the Galaxy 1 and 2 port for the Switch just came at the worst time. Because I just finished... you press any button to join and switch, it says press Alpha started. Yeah, that makes sense. then again, with the way... It's obviously because of the way Joy-Cons work. Not to die here, because I don't want to have to do the whole level, because there's no checkpoints. Okay, not too bad. Still takes quite a while, and if you die, you gotta do the whole thing over again, but the easy solution to that is just don't die. Moment. Stage is easy. I don't know if it would be simpler to just skip the Mega Mushroom altogether. I feel like you do move faster without it. Now, of course, this section is going to take a little longer if I do that, but it's fine. Can I stop taking unnecessary damage? I guess it's not really going to affect this section, is it? Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to worry about... Well, I'd say we don't have to worry about those blocks, but... Excuse you, Blooper! You didn't need to hunt me down like that. Okay, maybe it would be good to use the Mega Mushroom there. Goombas were just sleeping unaware until they all got Thanos into oblivion. Alright, so that just leaves, okay, no, it's got Peepa's Fog Bog, and then we got Cosmic Cannon Cluster. There's one over here. I need to, like, actually remember all the locations of all these. Let's get the power up here. Of course, it's going to be scaled. Here. Actually hit the block, thank you. Do not remember which door it was. There we go. There we go. Okay. Bit slow on that, but I should hopefully remember that for the rest of the characters I do it as. And now we get the auto scroll section. Not that bad. This is a short section, but still. Did I hear about the third Mario brother? Probably not. Or maybe I have. I don't know. There's so many like things going around that it's just kind of hard to keep track. Maybe I'm thinking of some
An idea for it.
I don't know. Cosmic Cannon Cluster.
Let's go.
Like if they did actually introduce a new Mario brother, that unless it was a really popular character, he'd probably end up forgotten in like a game or two and then never show up again.
Why would I do this to myself?
These Parabones just really annoy. Just get a cannon of my own, and then we can deal with them, kind of, sort of, not really, but enough. What if Bowser's the third Mario brother? Well, he would probably be more like a half brother, but it would mean that. Well, let me avoid dying for a moment. Okay, I'm not really gonna get that opportunity. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now I'm thinking back to, I want to say Yoshi's Island said something about him being one of, like, the star children along with Mario and Luigi and Peach, and among others or something. I don't actually remember because I never played Yoshi's Island. I probably should not speak about that. I need to be careful I don't die because I haven't hit a checkpoint. Alright. Well, we don't need one of those. Alright, can we please hit the switch? Thank you. Not if he's an older brother and Yoshi's Island was invented by Yoshi. Well, that is true. Well, I would imagine that if he was a brother, then, well, okay, so one thing you gotta keep in mind, if Bowser was somehow third Mario brother, that means there's actually 4 Mario brothers. Because we can't forget if Bowser's the third, then Bowser's brother is the fourth. Since we know Bowser's brother is a different character than Mario and Luigi. Gosh, it gets so complicated. Okay, that's World Star done as Mario. Time to do it as Peach. Or at least part of it. Let me just make sure I didn't. Yep, all is Mario, all is Luigi. Not if Bowser's brother was a clone of Bowser. Well, then who called him Bowser's brother if he's not his brother? But what is a clone if not like a really specific twin brother? This is just getting too complicated for me, man. Be careful with my movement here. Maybe that's why Bowser's brother is no longer a thing, because they got rid of him so that they could have the truth be hidden forever. It's all a conspiracy. At least if it has to be in order to keep me sane. Alright. This. Alright, you can stop this platform too. Okay. So all spinning platforms can be stopped by tapping. Alright, let's be careful here. Why did you turn, Peach? Why? Oh. Everyone forgot this spell and they see Bowser's brother. The clone and comb, Bowser's brother. I mean, to be fair, if you saw Bowser's brother, you would assume he was Bowser's brother too. Why would a clone be a different color? That's what you think at first. What am I doing, man? I'm just messing now. Just focus. Maybe the clover seed. Well, there's all sorts of different things. Why? Why do I do this to myself? Just do the stage properly. You know, see, guys, I don't want to leave Plessie behind. Because obviously once I finish this level a few more times, it's goodbye Plessie forever. Unless I'm forgetting a Plessie stage. Which I very well could be. Can I get a power up from this, please? That works. Movement-based one would have been more useful. And I lost it anyways. Well, I have just hover anyways, so. Does it really matter? There we go. Stop messing up on this stage. Don't need the coins. Just move on. Move on. Let's get through the hard bonus levels so we can get to the easy bonus levels. Peach's hover is so nice here. Must be just cruise by a lot of it. Okay, that could have been very bad, but we avoided catastrophe, so who cares? Okay, can I not do that, please? Thank you. Well, we're at the end, so just need to get through it. It's scuffed. But it doesn't really matter if we just get through it.
Doing Great Gold Hole as Peach may be a bit rough, just because she's not as fast as other characters, but it'll probably be fine. I just need to do a bunch of long jumps. And of course, that's not even the next stage. Why am I talking about it as if it was? Well, let's try to avoid dying horribly, wasting a bunch of time on this one again. Cover will help. I will read that in a moment when I'm not fighting for my life. Because I could very... Okay, let's see. Animated series. I see. I mean, yeah, obviously, there can be all sorts of reasons. There's nothing saying that a clone machine is going to work perfectly every time. There's bound to be some slight differences. Especially if you, like, want to differentiate the clone from the original, you know? And then there's like all the complications, like how would cloning work in Mario when you have stuff like the double cherry? Does it mean that all clones work like double cherry clones? Is it something else? Who knows? Did I really just do that? Come on, me. There's been some examples of cloning in Mario somewhere, right? I did not notice that. Now I see why you said that thing earlier. that it is a name that's good enough on its own that you wouldn't immediately recognize as a... Gosh, dang it, why do I keep dying to the stage? Oh. Yeah, it's definitely a name that you is a lot easier to miss. I didn't even realize I was misreading it in my head. If that makes sense. That does remind me though that there's obviously like a lot of media that has like evil clones that are like the same but like a darker color. So maybe Bowser's brother is just Peach had a twin sister. What would be your name? Well, by going off our discussions thus far, I would have to say probably something like Chip or or Cheap. I don't know. It's a name that doesn't go backwards as easily.
There is one thing I could refer to though, and that would be correct though.
Just Peach's sister.
It's that easy. Oh, she's not gonna be able to catch up to it unless I cut it off. No. Alright, I'm gonna have to do the full level, aren't I? Yeah, Peach is more of a evil counterpart, but it's not related. Much like how Wario and Waluigi aren't actually related to Mario and Luigi. I don't even think they're related to each other. No, 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 no. Let's not die here. There we go. Well, that was a lot slower than my clearest Mario. Well, not all twins are identical twins. There is such thing as fraternal twins. Like Mario and Luigi are not identical twins. They are twins, right? Not thinking that one. Keep going in great hopeful 8-bit Luigi appears. I'm not sure if I knew that. I know that there's definitely 8-bit Luigis hidden throughout the game. I've definitely seen them come up from question mark blocks here and there. I just haven't been paying as much attention to specific instances because, you know, just going through all these levels again. And when you say 8-bit Luigi, do you mean like a bigger one than just like the small ones that appear as like confetti on occasion? Excuse me. Oh, back to the auto scroll. Lovely. Had it too easy for too long. Falling, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's just do this, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and to rename the Wii U, what name would it be? That's hard to say because Wii 2. That probably would have been a good one. Alternatively, not having Wii in the title at all probably would have helped. Yeah, it had low sales because of that. Which is really unfortunate, because the Wii U did have a lot of good games. And I certainly treated it like any other new console, and so I got it, and I got most of the games. And thus I didn't get a lot of the re-releases on Switch. But yeah, it's not like the games are bad or anything. The games are great. Just really poor marketing, which is unfortunate. But the market is like we have Switch 2, so Wii 2 wouldn't have been too bad. Yeah, that's also true. It would have been more clear about it being a successor, whereas U is not quite so clear on that front. Okay, good job, me. Yeah, it really is a wonder sometimes how simple things like that can just completely ruin a product rather than the quality. Like I said, Marketplace is just really fickle sometimes. So I'm glad I'm not in marketing, because I don't know if I would do a good job. Strawberry, blueberry, cherry. Well, it depends on your color palette. But blueberry would be good. Gosh, I hate these bloopers, man. Blueberry would be good if you wanted to have a blue character to replace Blue Toad. Beyond that, I think Cherry is a better name. I'm tired of these bloopers. Yeah, screw it. We're getting the Mega Mushroom. Blueberry is just Rosalina. Well, you see, like, while that's true, at the same time, it also would be, like, a character that they could actually use more often, rather than one who has, you know, maybe a bit too much lore importance. Kind of shouldn't really be spending so much time down on the planet when her job's up in the sky. That sort of thing. Alright, well, it's been a 3-hour stream, so probably a good place to end this stream. So, obviously, we'll pick this back up on Tuesday. We're going through these bonus worlds a lot faster than we were in the main worlds. So, hopefully, we don't have that much more streams of Super Mario 3D World, and we can move on to 3D Land. Did I know that Rosalina's name in Japan is Rosetta? No, but that does not surprise me. I'm actually not really familiar with a lot of Japanese names of famous. But, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will see you all next time.